Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Podcast series. This is Lakshit Pant from Azure Developer Community, powered by Microsoft. And today we are back here again with another episode with our industry leader, Mr. Anil Agarwal. He's the CEO and co-founder of InCruiter. And he has been working on this fantastic product of AI interviews. And when I was exploring like what does this product looks like, it's a fantastic, tool that helps, that works in the tech industry, and it focuses around interviewing podcasts, and there are multiple things that because they cover resume passing, AI interviews, video interviews, and lots of product categories they are targeting right now to understand better of his per se how he is building the industry, how he see the latest emerging technologies. We will quickly chat with him. To kick off the podcast series, I'll just request Anil to first introduce yourself so that we can just start from that.
So thank you, Lexi. Thank you for the quick introduction. So hi, I'm Anil. So we started in 2018, almost 5 years back, and
Okay.
it started with the interview as a service platform. Now, for any company, conducting interview is a real challenge, right? It takes a lot of
Right.
manpower for the companies, and for the startups, a lot of startup they get funding, they start the company. Now, a tech-based startup doesn't have expertise to conduct interview for the finance team, or a finance fintech-based company doesn't have expertise to conduct interviews for the non-tech field. So it happened in 2018 when the other co-founder, InCruiter, Ritu, sorry, she went for the interview in one of the company. It's an architectural firm with 120 people, and when she went for the interview there, she found that there was no CA. So she's a chartered accountant. So there was no other CA equivalent to her, knowledge to conduct interviews for her. That's how we got an idea. Why not build a platform where we can provide technical interview support to the companies? That's how, and the term was interview as a service. Provide a service as a kind of providing the interview to the company. 2018, when we started, it was a challenge. Hardly two or three companies around the market, I would say. But they were facing a lot of challenges because companies were not trusting with outsourcing the interviews to other companies. Think about why will a company hire a candidate who has been interviewed by other person? How he can trust that the person has taken the interview properly? There were a lot of trust issues there. Then to build the trust issues, we started with the platform. It was very tough initial 1 year to gain a trust from the companies. In 2020, then the COVID came. So we were building a team slowly. We were slowly growing, building the platform to make the product more trustful, so that we can have a recording, interview, feedback report, so that they can see the interview recording and trust us saying that yes, the interview is conducted properly. Then in 2020, suddenly the COVID came. Post COVID, we had to again stop because 3 to 4 months entire the whole world was stuck, and the hiring was freeze. We thought another company is not going to do this product is not going to run at all because no company is going to hire for next 2 years. That was the pandemic time. 4 to 5 months we completely stopped our product. In 2020 August 2nd we started our product, provided the interview again. We thought let's try again. That time suddenly what has happened, because of work from home there was a very high digital transformation, digital boom was coming up. The talent demand was very high, and that's what we again got a pitch, and we got a head start again. From zero we started, and that's why we are here. So we have now 5 to 6 product on our portfolio. Started with the interview as a service. Now we are providing same product as a service also. Now instead of company using Zoom or Google Meet to conduct the interviews, we have built an entire platform especially to conduct the interviews, where you have a code compiler, feedback system, making the entire interview cheat proof. Post that, then we had now other providers. Like since we were in the interviews, there were challenges like scheduling the interviews. So we have a scheduling platform. A lot of companies conduct exit interviews. So we have exit interview platform. The latest one is after the AI boom, the AI taking the interview. That's the next big thing. That's how the journey from 2018 to 2023 looks like. So last year we released AI to take the interview. That's the latest product what we have.
Wow, means I was just looking at the product categories that you're catering, like as with answer service, interview as a service, AI interview software. We will talk about this every feature that you are providing, but I wanted to know what inspired. So you have already explained about the inspiration story, where this came from, where this idea came from. What was the major challenges when you started? You have already mentioned it was about trust, security, compliance, and many more things, right?
Correct,
People
correct.
really, but there is and when we see the ROI of this, there is only one more thing that AI interviews caters, that is bias. It removes the bias, right? So
Correct,
apart
correct,
from it, what were the significance and what was your pitching thought of for any industry, right? For any kind of industry. And I just wanted to know one more thing, because when you are a startup, you have to think from a very, you have to be very laser focused, right? So what was your
correct.
initial, which industry, which industry you're going to target? Is it healthcare, ed tech, but what fintech, which industry you were targeting at that point of time?
So instead of industry focus, we were a type focus, industry type focus. So we initially when we started, we focus on the small scale and the startups where there is no expertise to conduct the interviews. Means a company is now got a funding. Now they want to scale the team. They want to hire a different domain members, but they don't have expertise to conduct all the interviews, right? So our focus was more on the industry size than the type, because any kind of industries come to us. We say that large company have almost all kind of people to take the interviews, but a small company they don't have a expertise to conduct the interviews. That's how our focus was on the type of the industry. Later on, when we started, we saw that we were getting mixed review from all kind of companies. Means startups were also coming. Even large size companies started coming in 2020 because there was a hiring boom, talent boom was there, and companies internal team were not having time to conduct the interviews. They were spending a lot of time to conduct the interviews. That's why we thought that even for the large company, it's a problem solver, because in India, there is a huge talent. I would say there are a lot of people who every year 10 lakhs people clear the engineering, but hardly 50,000 get the job. There are 9.5 lakhs people who don't get the job in market, right? So even if you hire one person, you have to conduct 100 interviews. So even for the large company to hire one candidate, it was a lot of interviews to be conducted. That's why we thought we can solve a problem for all kind of industries there. And mostly we're focusing on the IT. The IT is a major challenge, and IT is a and, and India is a you can say backbone of the IT industry for the US also. That's why we thought to cater most of the IT industries and mid-sized companies.
Yeah, so when I was doing my homework, I just wanted to, I was exploring about the AI interview part. Can you just start defining what does this AI interviews are and how it looks like and how they are changing the traditional recruitment processes, right, in the tech industry? It definitely eliminates that human flavor, because if I really believe it has a great potential. If a startup of 10 people, maybe let's not take about 10, it's if a startup of 6 people building a startup or a core team, right, willing to scale up their startup, right, instead of focusing on the interviews part, they can try definitely the interview AI interview part, and they can always take the
Correct.
chance to focus on the technology and the from the sales perspective. So I don't want to know your perspective about this.
I think AI now, if you see till date, people are focusing on the human-based interviews. Now, I think AI interview is going to be revolutionary in the talent screening stage. Means in the hiring stage, definitely it's going to be the revolutionary thing, because companies now, if you see a lot of interviews being conducted by the human, where there's a lot of productive man hour being lost, because out of 100 you are doing 5 hiring, right? 95 hours is a loss for the company. Now think those 100 interviews, first round is taken by the AI. Out of those 100 interviews, AI said that this 20 or 25 are good to go for the next round, and company conduct only those 20-25 interviews, hire a 5 candidate. So basically, there is a time saving, cost saving, 75% of the time and cost saving for the company. First thing. Second thing, when it comes to the human interviews, you have to be there like panel and calendar, panel and the candidate calendar has to match. Sometimes candidate is available, sometimes panel is not available. But in case of AI interviews, interview can be taken anytime using mobile phone, whenever they are available at home, night, day. Then first round of interview is done. So there is no human dependency there. Third thing, human can make a mistake. AI won't make a mistake. It's a bias free. You sometimes you know this is a male or this is a female, or this is from this community. I'm not. It will be bias free. It will be fast. It will be secure, and I can say availability, scalability, and availability is very high for the AI based interviews. That's not there for the human based interviews. I'm not able to hear you, guys.
100% when we talk about the efficiency and the security part and the biasness part, it always, the AI always eliminates it, because it is tuned for not, it's tuned for the unbiased thing, right? It's tuned for a particular
Correct.
task and it does that job really well. That's why it's just booming, right? And we have seen it with
Correct.
in the industry now, because I really, because you have been started in 2018, but this has been a thought in in this new year 2023, in the last quarter that we saw that people were often, that the new age startup that are coming in right now are, even the entire product hunt is full of the AI startups that you see, right?
Correct.
every startup that is coming in, they just wanted to implement the AI in it, right? And the industry is willing to implement AI. They really don't know what, how, and what should they do, but they just want to do it, right? They just want to be sail the boat. So I wanted to know, this is a big challenge for any, startup or industry, or maybe any kind of a real organization who are putting real efforts into building a AI product, right? Like as you said, you are really putting a great efforts in building the tool like AI recruiter, and I know how much time it takes to fine tune the model, because we have been through it.
Correct.
That's why I know. So what do you think, what how do you convince the, maybe this, maybe any stakeholder, maybe any kind of any client, how do you see this, like how do you help them understand this is the right thing, and this is what unique in our product, and this is how we outsmart everyone in the industry?
So I think very good question. I would say, yeah, because now first coming to the AI interviews, is still a lot of companies doesn't perceive that, think that AI can take the interview for us, and it's been a challenge for us to make them understand, yes, this is the future. You have to accept that. And why it's that? Because they think that the kind of touch the human can have for the while conducting the interviews, AI cannot have that. That's also fact. But the thing is, we are not considering AI is taking the interview, you are hiring the candidate. Basically, AI is doing the redundant task, first level of screening, and sort rejecting all the candidates who are not fit for the next level. So the
Understood.
company have to the company have to understand that this is just the initial level of screening where they can optimize the process and the hiring, streamline the talent screening process. That's the thing.
So if any of your potential client listening to this podcast, what do you think, what's the factor that makes you unique? Second, uh it's how do you see the professional market, and what are the prior disadvantages do you think AI interviews offer over a traditional recruitment methods when it comes to identifying skills, accessing skilled tech professionals?
I think I'll come with the first question. What make us unique? Now, AI interviews definitely AI is a boom. Everybody is coming with the AI product, and AI interviews one of them. But how it makes us unique is, we the product we have built. That's the way it has been simplified. Now, any company comes to our platform, they just have to create a position. AI will generate the question for them. AI will create a JD for them. AI will ask the question for them. Nothing, they have to just come, create a JD, set up the questions, send the invite to the candidate, either one or bulk, hundreds or thousands. Or you can create an open link for the candidate, paste it on the job description, job portal, anywhere. Anybody can who wants to apply for that position, just give an interview, automatically the entire interview report will come on the platform. So that makes us
Right.
use the scalability. And the other question was the companies how they gonna I think trust us, right, for the interview process. So I feel that yes. Now to make more trustable, definitely AI is not 100% accurate. We see the AI also making some mistake. I would not say mistake. That's not the accuracy part. So AI right now, I would say, is still is at 90% accurate. But 90% accurate is also our product is right now 90% accuracy in saying that the candidate is good to go ahead with the next round or not. Now 90% is good enough for any company to say that whether I should be moving this candidate to the next round or not. Definitely, AI poses some set of questions for the company whether this is accurate or not. But definitely, with time, things will change, and company will realize that AI is getting better day by day. We are using the data to train the AI and make the fine tune it every day to make the AI more perfect.
And with all the with after working with couple of clients, I just wanted to know what has been their experience with your tool, and what kind of feedbacks do you get, and about the positive and negative aspects both, right? And how do you really make sure that the tech is solving all those kinds of feedbacks?
So, what's the feedback? So, I would first of all, companies are using the product. They are saying that yes, this is good. This has to be done. I know, and it is actually going to solve our lot of hiring issues in coming days. It's all product. When it comes to the SaaS product, it's about adaptation. The company is not easily adopting any kind of SaaS product. That was the first major challenge we were facing. After that, once they have adopted it, using the product in a proper way, trusting the product that yes, AI, whatever the AI is saying and giving the feedback is correct. How to do that? That's what we have been building, trying to make the AI accurate. And the third issues we were facing is Now, I cannot see the. No, I'm not getting a human touch. Can you make some kind of AI avatar, or it feel like the human is taking the interviews? We are already building the third, thing also, where it will not feel like the AI is not taking the interviews. We are making an avatar looking like exactly AI with the lip syncing, and the next upgrade we are releasing, you will feel like the candidate is actually talking to the human there, with the lip syncing,
Right.
everything happening, asking the question based on that. So that's the kind of feedback we are getting. We are, we are working on those things.
Wow. And also from a user's perspective, from the and interviewee perspective, right? What do you think? How has been the experience changed, right? If one is conversing with an AI for an interview, right? I saw a couple of groups talking about, because I've been a part of community, so people keep talking about different topics. So that sometimes it's really amazing experience for the people who are very new to the AI interviews, right? They're like, wow, it's more than a human, right? It had asked me questions very deeply that not even a recruiter could ever thought, right? So it is really, some really folks are genuine about these questions, right? About the curiosity about the tool. So what kind of feedbacks or how it enhances the user's experience?
So definitely it's new for the candidate also. Till now, candidate were giving the interview with the human touch were there. Now suddenly, first thing I feel that candidates are more confident, because that kind of fear is not there, that I am, if I am speaking wrong, what will happen? He will do the cross questioning, or suppose he may stop in between. So I have been asked a question, I have to give my responses, and there's no nervousness feeling that if I'm right or wrong that at this that stage. So
Okay.
candidate experience has been much more better here, I would say, and that people are taking it as a positive. Now since AI is coming, they are saying that this is the new thing, and this is a game changer for I don't I can give my interview anytime, any day, night, using mobile, using phone, using laptops anytime. So the kind of experience till now we have seen the number of candidates giving the interviews have increased a lot when we
Okay.
see from the AI, right, than the human perspective. So that's the, I think, kind of thing we have seen the difference the previously and now.
So yeah, now taking a little bit shift from a technical perspective, how do you see what are the tech involved in the this AI interviewer podcast, and what are the real time applications of it? When I say real time, how do you think, what is the significance of generative AI here in the AI recruitment? We
Hmm.
talk about AI, but is it traditional generative AI, or because you have been working for on this tool since 2018, right? What are the other tech that is involved, right, in this tool?
I think Gen AI, after the Chat GPT was out, I think it is a revolutionary in the market for the in case of AI. I would say the way it has changed the market, the entire thing. You see a lot of company laying off a lot of people because of Chat GPT and OpenAI that has come up, because
Right.
it has made things more simplified. It's called large language model, right? LLMs. Now, large language model has been trained in such a data that I would say I have seen amazing response from the AI. The candidate responding to the particular questions, and AI, is saying that these questions could have been answered in this way, or it could be happen optimized in this way, or the answer could have been better, or this is the accuracy of the answer. This is I can rate the answer. So the open AI, the next generation, I would say Gen AI that has come, LLMs, they're fantastic. They are going to change the way company people are going to do the interviews in coming days, and that's how we are seeing things. Without this revolution, definitely it would have been taken a lot more time to. Though there are such company in the market since long, but this Gen AI or LLMs have entirely changed the perception of the people, and the how the product can be perceived right now.
Yeah, and I'm very curious to know what are the labels that you provide to these AI model, right? When you say the AI will access the interviewee, on what basis, like on what factors should the interview practice, right? What are the labels that you think?
So whenever any company comes to us, so they suppose they upload a JD on our platform. Based on the job description, AI will suddenly automatically create a set of questions based on the JD. Now, based on this JD, AI will AI will ask the question and give you the feedback on various parameters like technical skills and the soft skills. We
Okay.
automatically judge candidate how is this company. Now, if I'm speaking, what is my rating as per the Indian context? I should be rated 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So company has a fair idea saying that this candidate is average, above average, or below average on the communication, first of all. Second, the fluency, how fluent I'm in the English. Am I stopping? Am I? making a lot of grammatical mistakes? Am I having using a lot of okay kind of connecting keywords, right? The fluency of my language while answering. Third is also we check confidence. Now, if I'm answering, if I'm confident, like we have a sentimental analysis being done automatically that capture how confident I'm answering the question. And
Right.
lastly, based on the response what we have received, we will also say that how accurate the answer is. So
Okay.
all these four parameters we are currently checking: the fluency, communication, confidence, and the answer accuracies.
So there are some couple, because I have worked extensively in this AI interview, right? I used to I'm a product consultant, comes from a product consultant background. So I help people understand about making a GTM strategy and whatnot, right? So there were some a couple of folks which I was working with, and they were struggling, and I saw some kind of news reports where Harvard, MIT tech reviews, and these people were saying that if I will change my perception, maybe I look like, so suppose if I am answering, so if there is the same person, Lakshit Pant sitting giving the interview for the with by AI, right? AI is taking my conducting my interview. I'm the person giving the interview. If I just put on some specs on my face, or change my hairstyle, or maybe if the lighting gets changed, right? The questions are also getting changed, and there is a difference in the feedback report as well. So, what do you think?
Hmm.
Is it a major problem? Do you have ever experienced, or is it still bugging in the documents only?
No, so I don't think that's a problem at all. I think now AI is so much smart. First of all, before anyone enters the interview, we verify them. We take we have all kind of proctoring features there, cheat proof features there. When you enter the interview room, before that we take a screenshot with a video or the screenshot, and then we match whether you're the same person content giving the interview during the throughout the interview process. So based on that, automatically the interview that questions that has been put, that is coming. And
Okay.
these all things can be avoided, so it doesn't matter, because now the image recognition is so much accurate nowadays. You see the phone, right? When you unlock the phone, if you're wearing cap, if you're wearing hat, iPhone, right? If you're wearing mask also. So that things, all eye tracking, ball tracking, face tracking, everything has been so accurate that this thing doesn't matter now at all.
Just because this will be my last question, I just wanted to know your thoughts. Have you ever thought of making your AI model multilingual? Because this would cater then a great industry areas, especially in India. When you, from a global perspective, you will always increase your expand, you will always increase your clients and whatnot. But from an Indian perspective, there are these MSMEs really want to, a product needs to be a product that could be in their language, they can just get a feel of it. So have you ever thought of making it multilingual?
Not only thought, we already got a lot of requests from the companies. Can you make this in the
Okay.
Hindi or any other languages? Because I know this is the future and people want this. We are currently developed only in English language, but in coming days, once our product is, we keep on onboarding more clients, we see that we are getting a demand from multiple companies for the multilingual thing. This is the future. Definitely, we are going to develop, but it's in the coming days, not right now. Once people start and adopting as a daily process, then we start developing the multilingual languages, I would say.
Wow, wow. So yeah, that's maybe because we have I will so many questions too with me, but due to paucity of time, we have to keep it short, right? And it was lovely interacting with you,
Sure.
right? And I really want to explore it
Thanks.
more, explore it sometime and offline, man. I would love to chat with you one on one. And thank you for joining for this podcast, giving out your time. It's my pleasure to host you for this.
Sim, thank you very much, Lakshya. Thanks a lot. Nice talking to you too.
Yeah, and as a closing note, if you want to, for the interviewee perspective, if you want to give some tips to all these students, college fresh graduates, what would you give? How should they practice for the this AI interviewer?
I think first and foremost they have to understand that what they see, AI is taking the interviews. Now you see the AI is taking the interviews, so I can cheat also, and all I can do all kind of fair practices, unfair practices. That's not possible. We have everything implemented to make the cheating process unfair. Fair. So for that case, I request every interview first to be fair, develop the skill, because it's AI. AI can track you what we have been doing. So just develop your skill, give your fair interviews. Definitely, you will be able to succeed.
Yeah, you can't treat a machine using a machine, right? That's
Correct,
fairly sad.
correct, correct, correct.
So thank you for your kind insight. It was lovely interacting with you. Thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. We are coming up with lots of initiatives. Stay tuned. We are coming up with some offline initiative with AI startup mixer, your startup mixers, and next Microsoft campuses. See you there. Thank you everyone.